So yeah, we're kind of crossing bratwurst with corn dogs today and making these bratwurst bites that are going to be battered in that corn batter and deep fried. These are going to be terrific. We're starting with 4 bratwursts here, and we're going to get these in the oven at 350 degrees. They're probably going to go anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes, depending on your oven, depending on the size of the bratwurst. But what you want is you want them to be 160 degrees. Now, 165 is safe temp, but what we're going to do when we're done with them in the oven is we're going to get them out and we're going to pan sear them really quickly just to get a little color on the outside. Then we're going to set them aside for probably 15-20 minutes to cool while we get our batter and everything else ready and get ready to deep fry them. So let's get these in the oven. Our brats are looking good here. After about 25 minutes in the oven, hit 160 degrees internal. Now let's give them a little color in the pan. So we're gonna let these cool down for 15 or 20 minutes while we get our batter made, let our oil heat up, and we're gonna make a little bit of a red hot mustard sauce to go with these. So let's get this mustard sauce ready first. And what we're starting with is half a cup of a spicy brown mustard. Really any mustard you want will work, but a brown mustard works really well for this. And to this I'm gonna add a 1/4 cup of Frank's Red Hot Wing Sauce. Now, you can use any hot sauce you want in this. I just really like this. And we're just gonna mix this together. We're also gonna add about a tablespoon of honey. Just wanna cut some of that tanginess with some sweetness and also complement it too. Let's give it a little taste. That's gonna be a terrific dipping sauce for these brat bites. All right, let's go ahead and get our batter ready. So for our batter here, we're starting with 1 cup of all-purpose flour. To this, I'm gonna add 1 cup of yellow cornmeal. Next comes 4 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and 2 teaspoons of a coarsely ground black pepper. I'm just gonna whisk our dry ingredients together here. And while we're doing this, you wanna start heating your oil to 350 degrees. Because these aren't like full-length corn dog type things, I don't need a really large pan, so I'm using just a stock pot with about 2.5, 3 inches of oil in it. I'm using canola oil, vegetable oil works fine. Now our wet ingredients. We're starting with 1 egg that's been beaten and 1 cup of whole milk. If you need to add a little more milk, if its batter's too dry, that's fine if you need to thin it out, but we're starting with 1 cup. And we're gonna mix this together here. Create our batter. Kind of what you want here is kind of like a thick pancake batter. You know, not too runny, but not dry. Make sure you scrape those sides and the bottom. That's looking good. Let's get our brats over here and get them cut up. So here's one of our slightly cooled brats, and I'm just gonna show you how I'm gonna cut it the size I want. I'm gonna go into about 4 pieces here. So first, in half, just that size, just like this. All right, I'm gonna cut the rest up, then we're gonna batter them and fry them. All right, our oil temp is right at about 350, and I'm going to batter them and just get them into our oil. They're only gonna take a couple, 3 minutes, and what we're gonna do is gently put them in there, and then they're gonna kind of float to the top, or they're gonna move around. They shouldn't stick to the bottom, so you do wanna kind of move them after a few seconds after that initial heat burst crisps up the outside of the batter. That way they won't stick. When they're done, I'm just gonna move them to a rack on a tray so that they can cool a little bit, and then we'll have a taste. And the way I've found to batter these that seems to work the best is you actually use one of those sticks that you might use on a corn dog, just sort of stick it in there in the end, get this down in your batter, get it coated. Let some of the excess drip off. And remember, if your batter is too thick, if it doesn't seem like it's sticking and it's clumping, just add a little milk. Then we go over to our oil and we're gently gonna push it off into the oil. Get another one here. Let some of that excess drip off and into the oil. And again, it's only gonna take a few minutes here. You can see that golden brown color developing already here. Really good color here. And if you're not sure if they're done, you can always sacrifice one. You can take it out, cut through, see if that batter is fully cooked through after 2 or 3 minutes. If it needs a little more, let it have a little more on the rest of them. And once they're done, I'm gonna get them out, put them on a rack so they can drain and cool just a little bit. Get another one in here. And I'm just gonna keep repeating that, frying them all up. In a few minutes, we're gonna have a taste. So let's get some of our Brat bites over here. These look really good. Absolutely happy with these. And when you are cooking these, a lot of times color really is the way to tell that they're done. And you can get a little bit of some light spots. You see that a little bit of a blonde spot because this was probably in the oil, this side on the top. Don't worry about that. That can happen. Let's build a Brat bite tower here. I think that would be fun. Like that. Now I could be conventional and just, put a little bit of sauce on the side, but I'm gonna drizzle some of this sauce over the top. Not a lot, we'll still have some on the side, but I just want a little bit of this sort of buffalo mustard, we'll call it. Because I think this is gonna be really good on these. There we go, our deep fried Brat bites with our buffalo mustard. Nothing left to do but dive in. So let's go ahead, get a piece here. Now, there's many ways you can eat this. Knife, fork, stick a big toothpick in it, but honestly, picking it up, taking a bite, that's really the way I like to enjoy these. So here we go. I've got mustard in my mustache, but I don't care. These are fantastic. These are just amazing, especially when they're really fresh out of that oil. Give them 5 or 10 minutes to cool down a little bit. You don't want to burn anybody, but man, these are good. Just did a dip to get a little more of that red hot mustard. This may be one of my new favorite snack foods.